Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Destiny 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, blue or purple? Which one's best? Let's get to it. So once you get your green armor upgraded to blue armor, what is the best way to get from the blue armor to the legendary armor or the purple armor? The blue armor is a little bit more involved than the green armor. So let's see what you actually need to do in order to upgrade it from blue to purple. Now there are some similarities between the Hunter, Warlock, and Titan. The Hunter has one little bit that's a little bit different and makes it a little bit more difficult. So the Hunter, they all need the missions, the Redux missions. You're going to have to do them over again. The Hunter needs void weapon kills and a Nightfall. Also need void grenade kills and 3 heroic strikes. You'll need solar weapon kills and 5 crucible wins. You'll need solar melee kills and 10 adventures. And finally, you'll need arc super kills and challenges completed. Now, challenges can be done in any setting. It can be Crucible, it can be strikes, it can be on the planets. There are challenges in each area, and there's 3 for each every day. So if you want to punch it all out in one day, you certainly can do that. Just go between the different planets, go to Crucible, go to do strikes, and go ahead and get those all done. It will be a slog if you try to do them all in one day, but it can be done. If you want to do it over multiple days, then you'll have new challenges to do, so you can revisit the areas that you enjoy and get it taken care of. So what about the Warlock? The Warlock needs, again, the missions, need void energy weapon kills. So make sure you use an energy weapon that's void. Nightfall, need to have arc melee kills and 3 heroic strikes. Need to have solar grenade kills and 5 crucible wins. And of course, all these crucible wins have to be in non-private matches. So you have to do it in either competitive or quick play or trials or whatever the weekly Crucible match is. Anything other than the private match. Alright, so you also need arc super kills and 10 adventures. And finally, for the Warlock, you need enemy kills and solar power weapon kills. So do make sure that you're paying attention to what weapons you need where in what slot. Now finally, for the Titan, of course, we need the same 5 Redux missions. We need solar, super kills, and a Nightfall. We need solar energy weapon kills and 3 heroic strikes. You'll need arc grenade kills and 5 crucible wins, void melee kills and 10 adventures, and finally, arc power weapon kills and defeat enemies. Now with the Warlock and the Titan, defeating the enemies, just going through the missions and going through and doing the things, you're going to get the enemy kills, no problem. As long as you have the right weapons in the right slots. Now the Hunter needs void energy weapons and solar power weapon kills. Additionally, the Hunter, you'll have to do the challenges, which is going to lengthen the time that it takes to get finished with him. For the adventures, I recommend just doing whatever adventures you would enjoy, because otherwise it is going to be very, very boring. They're not particularly difficult, but they do take time. They are kind of the combination of 3, maybe 4 patrols kind of put into one. So you're looking at 30 to 40 patrols put into lengthwise into 10 adventures that you'll have to complete. Now, I've found that if you've not already done an adventure, it does not count towards this. So if there are adventures that you have not done yet, or you haven't done any adventures, it may not count. Or it might just be me. And as you're going along, make sure you have those types of elemental damage in those slots that you need, and you're going to get those kills no matter what. Just going through the missions, going through the heroic strikes, etc. So once you get that done, then you can swap it out to whatever your preference happens to be. If it happens to be the same weapon, then all the better. But if you have been using an arc sword on the Titan and you prefer a solar grenade launcher or whatever, you can switch it out. But until you get to 100% on those weapon kills, make sure that you're always using those, and that you're never using your primary, your kinetic weapon, unless you run out of bullets on your energy weapon. Alright, so that is the easiest way to get the weapon kills. Crucible matches, I would say go ahead and go into the Crucible with a party. As many people as you can, up to 6. You definitely want at least 1 or 2 people on your team that you know and you can talk to, so that you can kind of stick together. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be right on top of each other, and probably not a good idea because of grenades, rocket launchers, supers, etc. that have area effect. Not to mention the proliferation of the Graviton Lance in Crucible. So being close and watching each other's back is one thing. Being on top of each other and getting taken out because the enemy's using Graviton Lance or a rocket or a super, not so great. Alright, now the thing that may take the most time is actually going to be getting the melee kills, the grenade kills, and the super kills. Make sure that while you're doing the adventures, while you're doing the heroic strikes, etc., as long as you're using one of the subclasses that you need to use. For the Hunter, it's all 3. For the Warlock, it is arc and solar grenade kills, and the Titan needs all 3 as well. As long as you're using one of the subclasses that you need, make sure that you're using that particular skill that will move up your bar and get you closer to 100%. So melee kills, so the knife on the Hunter, make sure that you're using Juggler, so that when you can hit him in the head with your knife, you get it right back. And that is the way to go. Now, if you still need, solar kills, arc kills, void kills with your melee grenade or super, and you've gone through everything and you're still not done, this is what you'll want to do. Go to a public event. If you have that ability available before you get to the public event and the event has not started yet, go ahead to a group of enemies and take them out either with a super melee or grenade, whatever you need. Hit the flag, that ability be instantly recharged, and then you can either wait for the public event to start and use it there, or you can use it on a group of guys and just keep doing that over and over again. So use your ability, hit the flag, get your ability back, and then you can go to another area that has a public event ready to start. As long as it's on the same planet, you'll get to keep your super. If you go to another planet, then you'll lose it. But if it's a grenade or melee ability, you automatically have that available as soon as you land on a new planet. And that's it. Unfortunately, the blue going to purple is going to take you a bit longer than green to blue, but I think that is to be expected. But just think you're one step closer to getting the legendary armor at 400. Now, you will want to know that the current raid layer will reduce that 400 to 385. So you'll be capped out at 385 when going into the raid layer. So if you're wanting to go through and do that prestige and get some 400 gear, you will be capped at 385, and you'll have to earn that 400 gear from the raid layer. But everywhere else, the legendary armor will be 400. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to ring the bell before you leave to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.